Hey guys, it's Sonia. Oh, if it looks a little kind of weird in the background, hopefully this is not going to be pixelated for you guys because the evening is upon us. The sun is going down and it's it's getting a little like darkish out here. Darkish, that's a word. So we just got home and I thought I'd sit down and show you what I'm up to tonight. We were out and about today, of course, out getting groceries and running some errands. Are you guys doing that as well on the weekend? What'd you get into today? So one of the things that I wanted to do today to be prepared for tomorrow is continue working on my little pots that I've been working on. I got a few things today I'm going to share with you guys as well. I just thought it'd be fun to share with you on here, out and about, a few of my finds. But you guys know that this week meaning like I think what, 3 days ago, we painted a whole bunch of these pots together, and I've been collecting stuff that I'm going to be putting inside of them. But I thought tonight I would make some molds because I did decide that I do want to jazz them up a little bit. This is our new color Canterbury. It's not sealed or anything, which when you seal it always makes the pigments pop even more. But I got 3 of these little small ones, and I also got a giant one over here. And I decided that what I want to do is put something on the front here. So tonight I'm going to make the molds and probably let them dry, and then tomorrow I'll come back on, or you know what, maybe a little bit later tonight as well, I'll glue them on, because when you are making molds, that as it sets up, it becomes very stiff. And so because these pots are round, I do want to make sure I come back to them to glue them on at a time that they're still flexible and bendy. So anyway, I'll show you in a second what I'm gonna, we'll make some molds together and put those on, but I'll show you a few things that I got today as well when I was out and about. Well, I'm trying to think, should I show you? The flowers are kind of in the way, right? Does it look like I'm in a jungle in here? So these are some of the things. Remember how I said I'm looking for things that I already have around my yard that I could bring inside and just add some greenery to my space, my home inside. And I got the idea for doing ivy when I went to a local farmer's market, and I asked a lady, if she had any indoor plants, and she had these potted in some really pretty baskets. And then Matt reminded me that we have ivy all around the house here. Oh, look, the fireflies are coming out. What a great time to be outside. I love it. You might hear our neighbors. Matt's out there hanging out, chatting over there with them. They've done some beautiful landscaping since that tree came down, and we're probably gonna go over and sit with them for a little bit as well. I also got some tea today, so I might make myself a cup of tea. They invited us to come over and sit outside for a little bit. So this is the perfect evening for a cup of tea. If you don't want to do anything like with caffeine into it, well, I'll show you what I got, and maybe you might want to try it too. But I went out, and this is you guys might have been with me when I thrifted this beautiful pitcher right here. I love that, this vase. It's filled with water right now. And then I went out and I just took scissors and I cut all this ivy. Now, the nice thing about this ivy is that it will overtake, meaning that, I'm right here, that it's very, very I think it's going to thrive, I guess is what I'm trying to say, living with me. But it does have lots of roots, and so I put it in here for a little bit to just kind of get it acclimated to my home. And then once I get my pots done here, keep watching because we'll work on them again tonight. Tomorrow they'll be in my house. I'm going to fill them with soil, and I got some things to make my pots extra pretty too. But what do you think of the ivy? Do you have any inside your house? Do you think it's cool? Do you like it? Do you have it where you live? Where I grew up in Newfoundland, I never saw ivy like this, but down here in Pennsylvania, it's all over. Like, it will climb up, like, for example, the stone walls, brick walls. I think it's beautiful. I know it causes a lot of problems when it gets into the mortar, so you gotta be careful, but away from your house, so it's not gonna do any structural damage. So when I was out getting this, the same day Matt got this for me as well, and he comes in the house and he's like, here you go, because we had just gone to that roadside stand, and I was looking at the ivy, and he's like, we have ivy around the house. And I said, are you sure? By the time we got home and I got the vegetables unpacked, he had come in with this in this little tiny pot. I just bought these little glass, I think they call them glass honey pots, and he had put some soil into it for me with this one little piece of ivy a couple days ago. And like I said, it just thrives so well. All the roots are, just put it into the ground and water it, and it takes off. But this is super special because Matt got this for me, so I need to water it today. We'll water it today. So my pots, now I got this other little guy here. So when we were out tonight, we went to a place called Wegmans. Do you have that where you are? I only discovered it since I moved here to the Erie area. So I'm not sure if it's a chain or if it's just like, you know, within. Sorry, here I am like wondering if there's a spider on me. And anyway, inside they had a little plant area, and this guy here was $3.99, and I'm thinking I'm gonna take him with me. And I really like the shape of the leaves. I like the design at the top. So I might have to jazz up his pot a little bit. And it's so funny because I look on the other side and it is called an exotic plant. And it says, "Hi there, friends call me Moondrop," which I think is so funny. So apparently that is the, I guess the kind of the plant people call this plant Moondrop. I love the name of that plant. It sounds absolutely beautiful. And then there's a big long name for it as well. Just drew me to it, and like I said, the name just makes it get even better and better. So my goal is to learn the plants that I bring and learn to take care of them. And if you have any like good plant food, let me know about it, because I got to do some research. You know what? I read something this week. It showed up, and if it's on the internet, it must be true, but it showed up as a meme or like some article that was being passed around. And I don't know if there's any truth to it or not, but apparently it was like one of those like DIY, like did you know type things, where it said that banana peels apparently are really good for if you eat a banana, to cut up the peel and put it in with your plant because it has potassium into it. Have you ever heard of that? And the other thing I think the same article said was maybe even like Epsom salts. And I really didn't think plants did well with salt. So I got to do some research on good plant food. But if you have any ideas, eggshells. I feel like eggshells are also something that might be good. So this little plant is going to probably go into here, like in one of these. I don't know, or I might keep it in this little pot and just, like I said, just jazz it up a little bit. So I'm just gonna put this little plant over here. My tea, speaking of tea, these are the teas that I picked up at the same shop today. This is a vanilla chai that I'm gonna try. Has anybody ever tried this brand before? This one is non-caffeinated. Yeah, it says a caffeine-free, it's got it's vanilla chai with flushed with cinnamon warmth, and it sounded really nice. I personally love chai teas, so I thought I would try that one, and never tried it before, but I'm a creature of habit, so I try to force myself when I go to try different teas, because then I end up finding ones that I would have, you know, I push myself to try something new. Never tried this one before. It says organic baked cinnamon apple. It's a herbal tea, and it says warm up with spiced apple nestled with rich, I don't know what that word is, for a sweetly indulgent infusion. Ooh, it sounds delectable. So it's baked cinnamon apples. So I thought maybe if I put some like milk or cream into this, it would be really, really good. If you had this one, you'll have to let me know, because I'm gonna try that one. And this is the last one I got. Now this one has caffeine into it, so it had an option without it as well, but I decided to grab the one just because I have two that are non-caffeinated. I thought I'd get another tea that does have caffeine when I might want a little extra kick in the evenings. And this is from the Republic of Tea. It's called Ginger Peach, longevity tea, and it's got spices and natural flavors added to it. And I do love peach tea, so I thought this one's ginger peach. I'd give it a try. So I'll let you know. But has anybody tried this one before? Tell me if you're a tea drinker, if there's one that you've come across that you absolutely love. The last herbal tea that I got into, and I keep buying it again and again and again because I love it, is, oh my gosh, I'm trying to remember. It's like a Celestio tea. My sister got me into it, and I loved it. She knew exactly what I would love. So I got my tea today, I got my plant today, and we're gonna work on the molds in just a second. I want to show you as well something else I picked up, which I thought would be really fun to decorate my plants with. So I'm gonna put molds in the front, and then I'll probably put some of those really beautiful metallic waxes to really just, you know, on the lip and on the edges. So stay tuned to that. We'll work on that. And I got a bag. I was at a shop today, and they had an entire glass jar of nothing but like polished rocks and gemstones, and they were so beautiful, and they sold them by the scoop, like a small scoop and a large scoop. I'm like, give me a large scoop of that. So you never know what you get, and I thought that's kind of fun. I better not take out, like, let me just show you in the bag, because I don't want to lose these through, you know, because you see how this table has holes into it, mesh metal. So So look at all that beautiful, all the beautiful stones in there. So I was really thinking that, and you don't know what you like, you know, all kinds of colors and pretty. So I thought what I would do for decoration is just, oh my gosh, what is this? I don't even know what this is, but it's pretty. Look, oh, it's awesome. So I got a whole bunch of stuff in here. There's round ones, all different shapes. So my plan is to make my pots really metallic, add a mold to them tonight, and then after I put my plants in, I thought I could pick like some really pretty rocks that I really love and just kind of decorate with them, you know, put them in with here, like, and fill them out on the top. So I got a whole bag. So we'll work with that probably tomorrow. But right now I want to get the molds done because that way tomorrow it'll be ready to work with it. So anyhow, I thought that would be fun. So for the molds, you know, this one's on top. It's one of my favorites. I just used it when I did my altered book, my journal, whatever you want to call it, my repurposed book. And I like the idea of putting some stars on at least maybe one of my pots, two of my pots. I got roses, I've got a border, these are flowery. You know, I do like this idea. I might use this. This is like all ferns. And this one is vintage roots. This would be so cute too. All right, should I do vintage roots? I have a whole bunch of these guys listed in my shop if you go to junkmonkeypaint.com, and I love these things. I really like the idea of adding some ferns on here. My pots are tiny, so I have to kind of look at, yeah, I feel like I might do some ferns. I do love the butterflies as well. I mean, I think butterflies on some little pots would be cute. Let me look at the vegetables one more time. Could this be the one for the vegetables? They're kind of tall. I got small pots. So I'm gonna maybe go with butterflies and ferns. I think that would be a really nice fit. So just make sure that when you get the molds, you also get this, like you get a double pack of this modeling material. Running out of light, but I feel like we could get it done. You can tell I was in here last. It's like a whole bunch scooped off the top there. All right, so this is what it's like. And then I just tear a little bit off. I'm trying to think, you know, which ones I want. Let's see here, get warmed up in my hands. Great day here today. Beautiful day here today. It's the perfect night to sit out with a fire, you know, just love it. All right, let me go ahead and push this in this fern here. Can you see what I'm doing? I think you can. So I push it into the fern mold, and this is so that you can add decoration to whatever, your furniture, whatever you want to add it to. And I'm gonna add it to this flower pot. It's whatever you want to glue it on once it's dry. I tend to glue it on, I've learned, the more and more I do it right before it gets dry, like even after a couple hours, because because as it dries and dries hard, if you know, it can start to curl, and you know, it's clay, so it can dimple, which I do love because it gives me that, you know, that old-timey feel that I like, that cozy, worn, very old feel. So it's not perfect. So I personally love working with this modeling material, but I've learned to glue it on after you've taken it out of the mold, maybe like a couple hours later, so it's still bendable. And if you're on a pot or something that has a turn onto it. All right, so here it is right here. And then we just pop it out. Let's see. And these are silicone. You can use like hot glue into them, resin into them. They're heat resistant, so that's why you can use the hot stuff into them. Oh my gosh, that's so pretty. Look at this. Look how beautiful that is. So now my plan is to, I'm just gonna put this on my table since my table is, you know, it breathes. But look how pretty that's gonna be. And then we'll have to, like, you know, work on it to get it where we want it. Okay, let me do a couple of these. Can you see that? I'm just gonna lay them here. I like to lay them on like parchment paper, foil wrap, wax paper, something like that. I might make two of these. Should I make two of these? I have 3 pots. I feel like if I put like, I've got this one that is like a little bit bigger, and then I have these 2 small ones. So maybe what I'll do is put the two things on the small that look alike, and then go for a little bigger design. I could go with the bigger fern for the middle one. And then I could go with the even biggest one, because you know how like you have baby fern, this one, this one, this one, they just kind of graduate and get bigger. So what I can do is go ahead and just keep sizing up, which I think will be cool. So what did you guys get into this weekend? Did you get something painted, work on something for yourself? Are you guys out there having a fire right now? Kind of thinking of my fire pit now. I want to get it going. I love my fire pit. Alright. Stanley Cat's lurking around here as well. Oh, I got another one done right here. Perfect. So I'm just gonna lay that right there, let that dry. And I think for the bigger one, so I'm gonna go into, well, let me see here. Which one would fit on that one? Maybe I'll do the different style one right here. I haven't even had supper yet, and it's super late. But like I said, we don't always eat at a certain time around here. We eat around life. Just depending on what we're doing. And, you know, on the weekend, we go out and for a supply run, get our, you know, stuff for the week, anything that we might need. And it's always nice to get out as well. So we go into Erie, which is about 45 minutes to an hour, depending on what part of Erie you're going to. So, you know, by the time you get there, get back, we're out here in the country, and I love it. It's kind of nice. You have the best of both worlds. So when you want, you know, pretty much anything you can think of, you can go into the city. So it's usually on the weekends what we do. All right, let's get this one out. Gotta be a little more gentle with this one because, you know, he's just a different shape and he's got a little more of a thin part to him. Oh, I know what I was gonna say. Because these molds bend, it does allow you to manipulate them and just, yeah. I've never had a mold that won't come, or yeah, a mold that I made that won't come out. Look at that, guys. Isn't that so pretty? Oh my gosh. All right, let me put this down. Let it lay flat for a little bit. All right, and then last one is for this big guy over here. So I think we're gonna go with the mother of all ferns, right here. So guys, I'm gonna need your best plant tips. And I know all plants are different, but I gotta figure out, I wanna wrap my head around being a better plant caretaker, a plant mama. So if you have any good tips, share them with me. Tell me how it goes for you. Were you once like me and, you know, just didn't have a whole lot of luck with plants? Did you go back at it? Did it get better? It's so funny, sometimes I go live and or just do videos and I say, yeah, and I'm gonna put my plastic. I remember I painted some furniture and I think it was a little red stand that I painted, and I was talking about it. I'm like, this is gonna be so cool. It could be like a little plant stand, and I put my plastic plant on there. And somebody wrote, and they're like, plastic plant? Who even says something like that, right? But my little plastic plant. So now I'm ready to upgrade and try to, like I said, just be a better plant mama and take time. I think a lot of it comes down to just, you know, taking time to smell the flowers and water the flowers. We just get so busy in life, you know, and it literally is what you make a priority of grows in your life. And so plants included, if you make them the priority and focus on them, you know, give them your attention. Do you believe that you should talk to plants? What do you think? Thoughts? Do I need to have, maybe I need to start bringing them around with me and having daily conversations. They probably really enjoy hanging out with us tonight doing a little crafting. What do you think? Okay, so this is the mother of all ferns. It's gonna be for my big pot here. And then we should have them all made. Just pull it out. out at the end. We got it all. Just gotta lay it out after you get it done. Look how beautiful that one is. Isn't that so pretty? So lay it down flat, let it start to dry. You'll still be able to manipulate it. And then, yeah. So I will film when I stick these on, and you guys can be part of that as well. And see what I do with them and how they transform, because maybe you have flower pots that you want to just give a new look to as well. All right, I got to get my tea inside before it gets completely dark out here. I have these beautiful Edison lights that I would eventually like to get put out around the outside to really glow up this place. Maybe we'll have to do that and focus on that together, and I'll share with you. You know, we're kind of working on our backyard back here, so lots of projects that I would love to get to. All right, thanks for hanging out with me for this one, and I'll see you guys again tomorrow. Take care. Bye.